Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator. And in this video here, we're going to talk about something that the White House has done, and they have invented the Securities and Environment Commission out of thin air to force climate agenda on businesses. Now, that was articles done a lot of places. Right here, it says Biden illegally bursts new department out of thin air, and its purpose will chill you to the core. So this is very scary from a White House that truly has absolutely no interest in real environmental solutions. Now, this is the environmental solutions the world needs. Ending global environmental illiteracy, our disposable society, gaining individual cooperation, leadership by example, and hemp, which had anyone allowed these solutions since November 93, we wouldn't still be talking about the environment today. And that anyone includes Barack in his first 8 years of a White House occupation. And I can assure you that Barack is so opposed to desperately needed global solutions that when Max Baucus, he was a national public servant in Montana, he had this economic summit every year, and he brought in big speakers, and there was like an audience of 2,000 people, and there was exhibitors. I was an exhibitor when the environmental educator became an app, and then I went to the summit, and the first day Steve Ballmer, Microsoft CEO, spoke, and in his question and answer session, he had the audience applaud me. The next day, Barack's Secretary of Energy, Stephen Chu, spoke, and Stephen said, every day I go to work and, we need a home run. Actually, what the world really needs is a grand slam. And in Stephen's question and answer session, when I was about to get the mic and say to him, I have the grand slam you're looking for, I was whisked away by Jake Macaw, represented here, who was Max's head security guy. That's MACIAG or AIG. And I was taken out of the auditorium, brought into a room across the hall where a uniformed Butte policeman and Stephen Chu's top security were waiting for me so that I couldn't say, Stephen, I send you the Grand Slam every day. Now, this man here, who was Stephen's top security, said he was local Butte, but he wasn't. There's just no way. I live in resorts. I'm around these people. I've dealt with Secret Service a gazillion times. I've dealt with private security for princes and even rulers. I remember when the head of Qatar was in town, and yeah, it was crazy. But I've been around these people. I know who they are, and this man was way too dapper to be local Butte. He was not local Butte. He was Stephen's top security, and they held me. Now, they didn't tell me how long they were holding me for. They could have held me, I don't know, indefinitely. But they held me until Stephen was off stage. And then Jake brought me back to my booth where he told me that I was ordered to pack up and leave. Now, there was only about an hour left of the whole event. It was a 2-day event. And I said, no, I have an hour left. And he's like, no, you will leave now. And he waited around to make sure I did leave because the audacity of having the solutions the world needs that would actually lead the world environmentally. But now, this White House they are pretending that they care about solutions, and they care about environmentalness, and so Biden just created this Security and Exchange Commission. And when I say Biden, I mean Barack. A government agency Well, the Securities and Exchange Commission was created in 1929 after the stock market crash. But last week, in a 3-to-1 vote, unelected Democrat bureaucrats who serve as the agency's commissioners voted without authorization from Congress to impose sweeping new rules that require all publicly traded companies to disclose how their business affects climate change. And, I can assure you their criteria is valueless. They're going to still have people be operating disposable operations, which are like the absolute worst thing you could do. And so they're not measuring by anything of value or standards. This is basically now becoming a business, Chinese credit score. And the proposed rules would require businesses to disclose their greenhouse gas emissions, along with any and all information relevant to climate-related risks that are reasonably likely to have a material impact on their business, results of operations, and financial conditions. And there was one lone Republican commissioner, Hester Pierce, and she stated the agency essentially reinvented itself as the Securities and Environment Commission without any say from the American people. She said that the rules would hamstring businesses with unnecessary and burdensome regulations that will ultimately harm investors and economy. She said that the SEC has no authority to enact such rules, seeing as Congress never gave the agency such broad power. And yeah, that's this. Despite the clear overreach, Democrats in Washington appear happy to support the move, since the rules fit with the party's aggressive approach to climate, except it's not, because I can assure you everyone in DC, including Congress, including Mr. BS Bernie Sanders, including Oasis Crazy, and any one of them that mentions the environment, I call their office, and the climate caucus, Congress climate caucus, and not one of them can be concerned with actual real leadership, not one of them. So they're just yapping, 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 and this is all tyranny that is coming to businesses, and soon it's going to be tyranny that's coming to your living room. Conservatives raised the alarm over the rules, saying, amongst other things, they would carry with them an exorbitant cost. Of course it will. And it's just burdensome on all businesses, as the Blaze's Daniel Horowitz warned. And it's also seemed to believe that the Supreme Court would immediately strike down the rules should they be finalized, but I don't trust the Supreme Court with many decisions right now. They are proving themselves to be not really on America's side here. So, in this article about it, it says that Obama tried basically, his climate agenda in his first term, and they flooded investors with meaningless, if not bogus, politically correct climate-related disclosures and claims often referring to them as greenwashing. So, that's where that term came about. And I can assure you, Barack and friends are greenwashing too, because not only did Barack treat me like this here, and actually after this event, then I called Stephen Chu's office, and oh, you know what? We have somebody who's going to help you, Eileen. And guess who I got put through to? Oh, that's right, security. So, not the first time. And I was told that I was not allowed to call Stephen Chu's office with solutions anymore. And I could email them once a week, I'm pretty sure. And if I did anything more than that, I would be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of federal law, just like James Hansen's office threatened me years before that. James Hansen, who is constantly out there screaming for solutions, allegedly so brilliant, yet his brilliant mind has no solutions. And he's a plaintiff in the youth climate case, Juliana versus US, where, him and the youth are screaming for solutions that they too won't give the world. And they're so opposed to the solutions that, like Stephen Chu, James Hansen threatened me with arrest too. But this is just tyranny that is coming to businesses, and soon it will be to your living room. Now here is Hester M. Pierce, this one Security and Exchange Commissioner who is opposed to this. This is March 21st, 2022. And just to highlight, she writes, the existing rules already cover material climate risks, she says. That's number one. Number two is the proposed rule dispenses with materially in some places and distorts it in others. You can read everything she has to say here. Number three, the proposal will not lead to comparable, consistent, and reliable disclosures. Number four, the commission lacks the authority to propose this rule. Does that matter? Yeah, well, it used to when we used to be America. And five, the commission underestimates the cost of the proposal. And, this is her lengthy, right here, the proposed rule would hurt investors, the economy, and the agency. That's number six. And, she elaborates on all these, and then her conclusion here. But we are here laying the cornerstone of a new disclosure framework that will eventually rival our existing security disclosure framework and a magnitude and cost that probably outpace it in complexity. It's this is absolutely just tyranny. It's just a communist move by the White House, who can't get their agenda through. And so they're just going to do it in a roundabout way. Now, the thing is that there is no press that will tell you that the White House, in all environmental voices, had Gore allowed solutions since 93, 94, when he was first asked. This wouldn't even be a conversation today, along with every other environmental voice out there. But no press will tell you that. Not even, oh yes, you know them, you love them, not even Project Veritas. They will not tell you that. Not even now this is their media director, Mario Balaban, and he's on InfoWars. Now listen to what he says about tyranny and how we have to protect America from tyranny.
It'll be coming out very soon. And, we're looking also for whistleblowers who are working in big pharma or whistleblowers working in health agencies, government health agencies. We're seeing, this avalanche of mandates and unconstitutional orders taking place across the country. People are reaching out to us desperately, asking for help. How can they, keep their job? How can they, avoid certain fines or all sorts of punishment if they don't want to take the vaccine, for example, or the mask mandates? It's truly frightening. And we encourage anyone with information in those institutions, be it health agencies or big pharma, to come forward to us and help save our country.
And help save our country from tyrannical mandates. But yet, since June 25th, 2019, 2 3/4 years ago, Project Veritas has refused to expose the entire environmental industry, from Gore to Barack to Greta to McKibben to the NRDC to Bobby Kennedy to, Leonardo, to just everybody out there. The ski industry, just everybody. And this is December 29th, 2021. Please stop calling. keep the line open for valid tips. Now, I can prove the entire environmental industry is a fraud, and yet somehow Project Veritas doesn't think it's valid tips. Why? Because it's not their agenda, even though James O'Keefe fraudulently tells you he has no agenda, he runs from nothing, he hides from nothing. They're about the truth, the one truth. Well, I have the one environmental truth the world needs, and Project Veritas won't give it to you. And then, I got this nasty message, stop wasting your time. And then, of course, this person, this same person here sent this voice message here. Now, she's just such a charmer.
Wednesday, March 2nd at 6:31 a.m. from 91465361123. Duration 49 seconds.
Hi, Eileen. It's Project Veritas. I think you need to change your greeting on your voicemail to say, get a life, because you don't have a life. Stop calling Project Veritas. No one is even listening to your messages. I see your phone number popping up and I delete the message. So you're wasting your time, okay? I envision you as this fat, ugly, miserable woman. And that's what you portray when you call and waste our time. People that actually have a life give us some very great tips. And we are on top of corruption and fraud, and we are doing everything that you guys don't have the balls to do. So stop calling.
End of message.
I had to bleep out the stop F in calling, and that was her most deranged part. But this is Project Veritas at work, the true Project Veritas that James O'Keefe doesn't show you. I have presented them valid tips to take down the entire environmental industry, and this is how you're treated by Project Veritas. Now, remember Charlie Chester from CNN? And, Project Veritas kept bringing a mic into people's faces. Charlie still employed? Is Charlie still employed? Is this lady still employed? If you left a message like that to somebody from your business, would you still be employed? I'm pretty sure James O'Keefe is still employing this woman, even though they are well aware of this message. So don't believe everything you hear from O'Keefe. He's not on your side. They don't care about tyranny. They don't expose everybody, because if they did, then we would have already exposed all of the environmental voices and what frauds they are, including Barack and Gore and the Clintons and everybody in Congress, and all the Democrats wouldn't be able to be, claiming that they're environmental when they're not, and then we wouldn't be having this tyranny get shoved down your throats, or businesses' throats now, but soon it's going to be your living room throats. And regardless of, Project Veritas will put out these, right here, this man telling you that we have to save America from tyranny. Not even Project Veritas will. So stay tuned, people. This is truth that you're only going to get here.